Welcome to San Francisco, a city of breathtaking vistas, rolling fog, and cultural diversity. This city has long captured the imagination of dreamers, innovators, and adventurers alike. But how did San Francisco come to be? What events shaped its identity? And why is it named after Saint Francis of Assisi? In today's video, we'll uncover the fascinating history behind one of the world's most iconic cities. San Francisco's story is a tale of resilience, ambition, and transformation. It's a city that has risen from the ruins of natural disasters, embraced waves of immigration, and become a global center of innovation and culture. From its early days as a Spanish mission, to its role in the California Gold Rush, to rebuilding after the devastating 1906 earthquake, San Francisco has been a city of constant reinvention. But San Francisco isn't just about its past. Today, it stands as a beacon of creativity, a hub for technology, and a city that welcomes people from all walks of life. Its history is a reflection of the values it holds dear: diversity, resilience, and a relentless drive for progress. So, join us as we explore the rich history of San Francisco, the Golden City by the Bay. Long before the first European ships arrived, the land we now call San Francisco was home to the Ohlone people. For thousands of years, the Ohlone thrived in the Bay Area, living off the abundant resources provided by the region's rivers, coastline, and forests. Their society was deeply connected to nature, with spiritual beliefs tied to the land and the cycles of the seasons. They built villages along the San Francisco Bay and traded with neighboring tribes, forming a complex network of relationships that stretched across California. The arrival of the Spanish in 1769 marked the beginning of a dramatic shift in the region's history. Led by Gaspar de Portola, Spanish explorers arrived as part of Spain's broader effort to expand its territories in the Americas. When they first saw the San Francisco Bay, they were struck by its beauty and strategic importance. It wasn't long before the Spanish crown decided to establish a permanent presence in the area. In 1776, the Spanish built Mission San Francisco de Asís, also known as Mission Dolores, as part of a chain of 21 missions along the California coast. The mission was named in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, the founder of the Franciscan order. Alongside the mission, the Spanish established the Presidio of San Francisco, a military outpost designed to protect the mission and the surrounding territory. While these developments marked the beginning of European settlement in San Francisco, they also brought profound changes to the lives of the Ohlone people. Many were forced into labor at the missions, where they were made to adopt Spanish customs and Christianity. Diseases introduced by the Europeans devastated the indigenous population, leading to a dramatic decline in their numbers. By the early 19th century, the Ohlone's traditional way of life had all but disappeared, leaving a tragic legacy in the city's early history. In 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain, and California became part of the newly formed Mexican Republic. This shift in power brought significant changes to the region, particularly in the way land was managed. The Mexican government began distributing large tracts of land as ranchos to private individuals, many of whom were wealthy Mexican families. These ranchos became the backbone of the local economy, supporting cattle ranching and trade. During this time, the mission system that had dominated Spanish California began to decline. By the 1830s, the missions were secularized, and much of their land was redistributed. It was in this period that the small settlement of Yerba Buena was established near the bay. The name Yerba Buena, which means good herb in Spanish, referred to a native mint plant that grew abundantly in the area. One of the most influential figures in Yerba Buena's early development was William Richardson. An Englishman who arrived in the 1820s, Richardson established a home and trading post near the bay, setting the stage for the settlement's growth as a center for commerce. By the mid-1830s, Yerba Buena had become a modest but thriving community, attracting settlers and traders from across California and beyond. In 1846, during the Mexican-American War, the United States seized control of California. On July 9, 1846, an American naval officer, John Berrien Montgomery, raised the U.S. flag over Yerba Buena, officially claiming it for the United States. The following year, the settlement was renamed San Francisco, honoring its Spanish heritage while marking its transition into American hands. This renaming symbolized the beginning of a new chapter for the city, a chapter that would soon be defined by rapid growth and transformation. San Francisco's transformation from a quiet settlement into a bustling city can be traced back to a single event, the California Gold Rush. In January 1848, gold was discovered at Sutter's Mill, located in the Sierra Nevada foothills. The news spread quickly, and by 1849, tens of thousands of people from around the world were pouring into California, hoping to strike it rich. San Francisco, as the closest major port to the gold fields, became the gateway for this massive influx of fortune seekers. Its population exploded almost overnight, growing from 800 residents in 1848 to over 25,000 by 1850. This incredible population boom brought immense opportunities, but also significant challenges. The city's infrastructure was overwhelmed, with overcrowded streets, poorly built housing, and limited sanitation creating a chaotic environment. The harbor became a surreal sight during this period, filled with abandoned ships left behind by sailors who had deserted to join the gold rush. Many of these ships were repurposed as warehouses, hotels, or even saloons, reflecting the resourcefulness of the city's residents. The sudden wealth generated by the gold rush turned San Francisco into an economic powerhouse. Banks, newspapers, and businesses sprang up to meet the needs of miners and settlers. However, the rapid growth also brought problems, including lawlessness, corruption, and frequent fires. Despite these challenges, the gold rush cemented San Francisco's reputation as a city of opportunity, a place where dreams could be made or lost in an instant. On the morning of April 18, 1906, the city of San Francisco was rocked by one of the most devastating earthquakes in U.S. history, measuring an estimated 7.9 on the Richter scale. The earthquake caused widespread destruction, collapsing buildings and severing infrastructure throughout the city. However, the earthquake itself was only the beginning of the disaster. Within hours, fires broke out across San Francisco, fueled by broken gas lines and a lack of water pressure to combat the flames. The fires raged for 3 days, consuming entire neighborhoods and destroying over 80% of the city. In total, more than 3,000 people lost their lives, and 250,000 residents were left homeless. The devastation was staggering, but the spirit of San Francisco's residents shone through in the aftermath. Rather than despair, the city's leaders saw the disaster as an opportunity to rebuild San Francisco better than before. Within days, plans for reconstruction were underway, and the city's skyline began to rise again. The rebuilding process brought architectural innovation, with new buildings designed to withstand future earthquakes. Iconic structures like the Ferry Building and the Palace of Fine Arts emerged during this period, symbolizing the city's resilience. By the time of the Panama Pacific International Exposition in 1915, San Francisco had fully re-established itself as a thriving urban center, showcasing its recovery to the world. The early 20th century was a period of innovation and progress for San Francisco, epitomized by the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge. Completed in 1937, this engineering marvel spanned the entrance to San Francisco Bay, connecting the city to Marin County. At the time of its completion, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge in the world, a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. Designed by Joseph Strauss, the bridge faced numerous challenges during its construction, including strong currents, high winds, and the Great Depression. Yet, its completion marked a turning point in the city's history, symbolizing San Francisco's ability to overcome obstacles and reach new heights. Meanwhile, the city continued to grow as a center of culture and innovation. During the 1960s, San Francisco became the epicenter of the counterculture movement, with the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood attracting artists, activists, and musicians from across the country. This era solidified San Francisco's reputation as a progressive, creative, and forward-thinking city. Today, San Francisco is not only known for its history, but also for its role as a global hub for technology, innovation, and diversity. Its legacy as a city of resilience and ambition continues to inspire. As we close our journey through the history of San Francisco, it's clear that this city is more than the sum of its iconic landmarks and famous stories. It's a place where resilience and reinvention define its character, a city that has faced monumental challenges and emerged not just rebuilt, but reimagined. San Francisco has worn many faces across time. It began as a tranquil homeland for the Olón people, was reshaped into a Spanish mission, and later exploded into a bustling epicenter during the California Gold Rush. It was devastated by fire and quake in 1906, only to rise again, stronger and more innovative. Each era brought with it a new identity for San Francisco, forged by the dreams and determination of its people. But perhaps what truly sets San Francisco apart is its ability to inspire. It's a city that attracts dreamers and pioneers, from artists and activists to entrepreneurs and tech innovators. Its streets hum with the echoes of countless lives, each contributing a piece to the rich tapestry of its story. Today, San Francisco is a global city, but it remains deeply personal to those who call it home. Its neighborhoods, each with their own distinct character, are filled with stories waiting to be discovered. Its foggy mornings and golden sunsets continue to spark the imagination of visitors and locals alike. And as we look to the future, one thing is certain: San Francisco will continue to evolve. It will face new challenges, redefine itself once more, and remain a beacon of hope and opportunity. Because that's what San Francisco does: it changes, adapts, and inspires. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Golden City. I hope this glimpse into its past has deepened your appreciation for the resilience, creativity, and spirit that makes San Francisco truly one of a kind. Until we meet again, take care and keep exploring the stories that connect us to the world and to one another.